What is up, guys? It is Ethan Ryder with Soccer for Us Kids. U.S Kids. That's right, I'm back. I've been loaded with work, but I'm back. The Premier League has been absolutely insane. Liverpool have been dominating. Manchester City have come back. The title race is on. And it is looking like a crazy table right now. You're looking at it right now with Liverpool on top of the table with 54 points. City behind them, 4 points behind. Tottenham, 6 points behind Liverpool leaders. Chelsea down there with 44 points, a whole 10 points behind. Arsenal with 41. And Man U creeping up with their new manager, Solskjaer. And they're now at 38 points, getting closer and closer to that fourth place spot and into the Champions League spots. At the bottom of the table, Huddersfield Town have really been struggling. They only have 10 points on the whole season. To put that into perspective, and Man United's new coach's first 4 games, he's already gotten 12 points. So that's a little bit of a struggle. Fulham down there with 14. They've been playing some good football, but they just haven't quite gotten it together. Southampton are looking better under their new manager, but they still only have 16 points, sitting down there in 18th place in the relegation zone. Cardiff above them with 18. Cardiff really been struggling. Burnley down there, Newcastle down there, Crystal Palace fighting to get out of there. And it's going to be a great end of the season. We're here. There's been 21 games played by every team. Liverpool at the top, Huddersfield at the bottom. The last week was crazy soccer. Arsenal got back into their form after Liverpool with a 4-1 beating of Fulham. Fulham looked good, but they just were beaten by a better Arsenal side. Tottenham kept on rolling with the 3-0 win against Cardiff City. They looked very good. Heung-min Son, Harry Kane, Dele Alli, Christian Eriksen, they're all brilliant players that are really getting Tottenham up there. The question that some people might have is, do they have the depth to continue in this title run? Right now, they're 6 points behind Liverpool, but is that going to be enough for them? Do they have enough depth in players coming off the bench? I question their depth, but they did have Walker Peters come on, and he really was deadly when he's come on so far after injuries. Leicester City beat Everton. That was a good game. Everton have been struggling a little bit. They've been losing some spots. Leicester City all the way up in 7th place right now, and they're really climbing even after the death of their owner. It's been very good for them. Vardy's been destroying teams. Maddison's been a very good buy for them, and they've continued to climb. Crystal Palace beating Wolves, which is a bit of a surprise with Crystal Palace below. Crystal Palace did beat Manchester City with a brilliant Townsend goal. Wow, that was a screamer a couple weeks ago. I salute to you, Townsend. Helped Liverpool gain some points on the top of the table and leave them there right now. The Wolves have been very good this season, though. Don't sleep on them. They have been playing very good football. They have very good players. The stadium that they play in is very good. Liverpool having the FA Cup coming up. That should be a good game, even though Liverpool most likely play some youngsters after such a big Premier League stand right now. They're going to want to focus on the Premier League and not the FA Cup. Chelsea's been stuttering. They played Southampton. They tied 0-0. It's a question on if they can get enough chances. They've been finishing some chances, but they can't really finish enough to get to the top. Morata's not a good enough striker. I think if they're going to really fight for the title, they're going to need to buy a striker in January. Whether that's Higuain, whether that's Callum Wilson, whether that's Marko Arnautovic from West Ham, they're going to need to buy someone to get them to really fight for the top of the table. If they don't, I still see them finishing top 4, but Arsenal are right behind them. Same with a revitalized Manchester United, who this week beat Newcastle 2-0. Alexis Sanchez coming back and starting to look like the old Alexis Sanchez that we saw at Arsenal. If he can get 75, even 80% of that old Alexis Sanchez, that's going to be a deadly United team, with Pogba coming back, becoming very good under their new manager. Marcus Rashford revitalized under their new manager. Lukaku looking like a good striker again. Jesse Lingard looking good again. I mean, Martial's looking good again. All these players that were so hyped at Man U that didn't quite make it under Mourinho are now starting to look like a deadly attacking lineup for Manchester United. The only thing I would question with Man U is, are they stable enough? Because right now, so far, Solskjaer has just let them play. And they're good enough to win a lot of games doing that. They have not played any great teams yet. They haven't played any really strong teams yet. They played Newcastle this week. They've been struggling. They played Cardiff City. They've been struggling. They played Huddersfield. They've been struggling. It's been a very good run of form for Solskjaer, but it's just a question of, can they play defensively enough? They've let in goals to these teams who have not been scoring goals very often. And so that's going to be interesting to see if he can have a more defensive team rather than such an attacking team because he's just letting him play. Jose Mourinho would be a guy that he made sure that they would be organized. They would make sure that they'd play defense, no goals scored on them. And while that was a boring way of playing football, it was a way to break down teams, and it allowed them not to score, while Solskjaer is just letting his players run free. And so the defense is going to be something that they're going to need to work on, maybe even in January buy a couple players. But right now, we're going to have to see how Man U can continue, but they're looking very good so far with their new manager. Burnley have been struggling this season, but they did beat Huddersfield. That was actually a pretty good game. Burnley just got out. There was a red card on the Huddersfield and Burnley side. Huddersfield had a red card for most of the game. Brady got one towards the end for Burnley. It was an interesting game, but definitely one of the games of the weekend was Bournemouth-Watford. This game was insane. It was 3-3 at the end of half. At halftime, it was 3-3. It was 0-0 in the 20th minute, and the halftime ended 3-3. Troy Deeney was a big person for Watford, and Bournemouth have looked really good. They have some young stars in David Brooks. Ryan Fraser's looking very good this season. Callum Wilson is on fire. Whether Callum Wilson leaves or not is a big question. Today, Dominic Solanke from Liverpool got signed for £19 million, $24 million by Bournemouth. They also got Nathaniel Klein on a loan at right back. That's going to really strengthen the side. Nathaniel Klein is a top-class right back that just hasn't been able to get in the side with Liverpool with Trent playing so well. It is going to be interesting to see what Bournemouth can do. The fact that they did buy Solanke is making me question whether Callum Wilson's on the way out, which means he could go to Chelsea, which would be a very interesting thing for Chelsea and Sarri. But it's going to be interesting to see where Bournemouth go. Watford looked really good at the beginning of the season. They still look good enough, but it's a question of can they really keep fighting with people like Pereira and Daryl Lafau. And is Deeney good enough for a Premier League side to keep fighting and keep growing? Them and Leicester City are going to be a interesting two teams to watch along with the Wolves to see if they can really challenge teams like Man U and Arsenal for the Europa League spots. And personally, I believe, and I am a Liverpool fan, but there are, I'm sure, other fans that believe this was the game of the week. Liverpool City. What a game. I mean, it was tough for me that they lost, but it was a brilliant game, and I'm not really that disappointed. As distraught as I am that we could have gone 10 points clear of City and 9 points clear of Tottenham, I'm not really that worried. I mean, I'm worried, but I'm not really that mad because it was such a great game, and we went toe-to-toe with arguably the best team in the world, and we are looking like a title-winning team. Why I say that is just because we played toe-to-toe with them. That could have easily been a draw. That could have easily been a Liverpool win. And to go like either way in such a big game at their field shows how strong of a side we are, because we could have gone there and they could have dominated us. And I think that it shows we've gotten a lot stronger. Just the spine, Virgil van Dijk playing well once again, Alisson playing well once again, and our front three are starting to click, which is really big. Salah, Firmino, Mane, they're all starting to play well, except for Mane in this game. He was a little lackluster. He was slipping a lot. I don't know if it had to do with his boots or something, but he did not play very well. He came off early. But Salah is looking really good again, link-up play. Firmino is starting to look really, really good. His link-up play with Salah has been very good. I was really frustrated when Klopp didn't start Fabinho, because I think Fabinho has been a key player. Him and Wijnaldum both have been very strong in the midfield, but I think Fabinho has really been the key to make everything click. He decided to start Henderson, Milner, and Wijnaldum, which really scared me because that midfield three seems to not get a lot done for Liverpool when he plays them. Milner, it did seem like he was rushed back from injury. This was his first game back, and he just didn't seem ready. I think a Fabinho for Milner would have been a little better, maybe even a Keita. But we still played really well. We were defensively strong. I don't know how that first chance from Mane did not go in. Mane went through on goal after a great link-up play from Firmino to Salah, who found Mane through. He hit the post. Mane almost got the rebound, but Stones got it, cleared it off of Ederson's hand, and then it was 1.1 centimeter away from crossing the line, and it didn't. And yeah, so Liverpool was still 0-0. Aguero's goal was insane. It was just a little bit unlucky for Liverpool. Aguero's shot, I mean, he scores that maybe 1 out of 10 times. Mane's goal that got cleared off the line, that goes in probably, I want to say, 99 out of 100 times. Just so many things could have gone a different way that it would have gone into the goal. But it was a very good game for both sides. I think Manchester City played very well. Bernardo Silva, Fernandinho. I think Liverpool shut them down for the most part, but they got the 2 goals. Liverpool were pushing a little bit. I think they went a little too much for the win because Sané was just a little too open for their second goal for me. We still pushed. We almost even came back and tied the game. But I think it was a brilliant game that showed just how strong both sides are. Manchester City is going to be a force to be reckoned with no matter what place they're in, whether it's Champions League, whether it's FA Cup, whether it's Premier League, whether it's Carabao Cup. No matter what, City is going to be good. And they have a lot of youngsters. De Bruyne didn't even play in this game. Sané's been very good. He's fairly young. Sterling's been very good. He's fairly young. Aguero is pretty old, but he's still a world-class striker. Jesus coming off the bench. He didn't even play in this game. I mean, they have an abundance of players. Their depth is not a question. Liverpool are starting to get more depth. Shaqiri coming off the bench in this game. It's just two sides that are going to really fight. And Tottenham have looked good, so this title race is well and truly on, and it is going to be fun. Thank you guys for watching. I am back. I'm going to try and do more. It's been very struggling for me, but I am here. I do have a video coming your way. It's going to be a professional soccer player that I'm going to be interviewing. You're going to have to wait to see who it is. It's going to be super fun for me. I hope you guys are going to enjoy it. So in the next couple weeks or so, it's going to be next week. I'm going to see how fast I can get it up. It's going to be an interview with a professional soccer player. So I hope you guys enjoy it when you watch it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Press the subscribe and the like button. I'll see you guys next time.